Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm really happy to see all of you here today. It's exciting to see so many young people that are interested in the city and willing to stand up and take a stand for Jesus Christ. And you can cheer. You know, I think about a story I heard just recently on the radio. There's a pastor from England named John Harper, and he happened to be on the Titanic on its voyage when it went down. And he went with his sister and his young daughter, and his wife had died, and so he was a widower. And when the Titanic hit the iceberg, and it was apparent that the ship was going to go down, he made sure that his sister and his daughter got on the lifeboat. And he didn't tell them stories. He said, I'm not going to make it, but they need me here. I've got to represent Jesus. You go on, and I know God will take care of you, and you'll be okay. And he stayed on that ship, and he went from person to person and said, do you know who Jesus is? Are you saved? Because you're going to die really soon, and you're going to meet Jesus, and it's really important that you take a stand right now. And he met one man who said, no, I'm not a Christian, and I don't want to be a Christian. And John Harper took off his life vest, and he gave it to the man and said, you need this more than I do, because I'm going to go to heaven in a couple hours, and you're not. Maybe you'll survive. And when he was in the water, he would swim from person to person, trying to evangelize everybody in the water. And he went to one man, and the man rejected him, and he swam to some other people, and he was almost dying of hypothermia. And he came back to this man one last time, and he pleaded and said, please, you have a chance, you have a few minutes left. Would you be willing to accept Christ? And the man said, yeah, I'm willing. And then John Harper died. The man that was saved at that moment actually survived. The lifeboats came, and they picked him up as one of the very few people who survived. And he went back on to be a pastor and said that he was John Harper's last convert. And the reason I tell you the story is because this thing you're talking about, Christianity, it's not just a cultural thing. It's really important. It's important for not only for yourselves and your own salvation, your family, and the people you're going to marry and the kids you're going to have. That's really important, but it's also important for the world around you. You're going to impact the world around you. There are not very many people who are taking the stand these days. When I was a kid, most everybody was at least at some point accepting Christianity. They were pretty open to it. It was part of the culture, but it's really diminishing now. In fact, in Europe right now, only about 2% of people will admit that they have a Christian influence in their life, that they have that worldview. And in my job as the mayor of the city, I obviously have to take care of all people equally. I'm going to fight for you and protect you no matter what your religion. But I'm also not going to be ashamed of Christianity, because I think it is the Christianity that makes me who I am. And I want to encourage you to be bold and to be strong and not to be ashamed, because this part of you, this part that you're nurturing right now, that you're building, it's something to be happy about. It's something to be proud of. It makes you a better person. Christianity is responsible for most of the good in this world. It's for most of the universities and the hospitals and the daycares and the kindness that happens in the world today comes from people that have a relationship with God. And so I want you to be proud of that. And I know it's unusual for somebody in public office to say that, because they always want to be, people in public office always want to play both ends, and they want to just say things right down the middle and not offend anybody. And that's, I'm telling you something, Winston Churchill once said, you have enemies? Good. It means you're doing something. And I agree with that. So I want you to do me a favor. I want to give you an object lesson. Stand up and take out your cell phones. Unless none of you have cell phones. Does anybody have a cell phone? You do? Okay. All right, put it on video, okay? All right, so take a video of me right now, okay? I want to tell you that I am the mayor of El Cajon. Okay, wait. Wait, I thought you guys know how to do this. The girls are all like, oh yeah, I got it done, but the guys are like, oh, I don't know. Where's the button? Are you ready? Okay. Wait a minute, wait a second more. Okay, we're going to do it. All right, take a video of me. I want to tell the world and everybody here right now that I am the mayor of El Cajon, that I pray, I use prayer in my decisions as to how to run the city, and that I'm a follower of Jesus Christ and I'm not ashamed. All right.